Welcome back to Man Reacts. Have you ever wondered why women in general feel so entitled? Even in today's so-called era of equity and equality, men are expected to do everything for them. It's almost as if they feel they're entitled to certain things from men. I mean, it starts from the very first interaction. When a guy and a girl see each other and like what they see, it's the man who's supposed to approach the woman. It's the man who's supposed to think of a way to get her attention, while she plays hard to get it. She expects the man to approach her and expects him to come with compliments, gifts, a boat full of attention, desire, and lust for her. Then, it's the guy who's supposed to ask her out on a date. It's the guy who's supposed to figure out the perfect date, arrange everything, make sure he arranges the reservation, and then ensure he has a comfortable ride to pick her up and drive her around. Then, it's the guy who's supposed to pay for the date. It's the guy who's supposed to pay for the drinks, for the gifts, and for anything else. If he dares to ask if she can split the bill, he will be immediately judged as some miserly coward who wants a female to pay. After they've been to the date, it's the guy who's supposed to make the move and give her the first kiss. It's the guy who's supposed to make the move in bed and lead her, while the girl still plays hard to get, and yet expects to be treated like royalty. Men are expected to take the lead, plain and simple. Somewhere along the line, I think everyone must have thought about why women are always the ones who expect everything to be done by the man. I mean, even in long-term relationships, the guy is supposed to do the tough housework and provide for the entire family. Where did the woke feminist go now? What happened to equality, right? Throughout their lives, men are supposed to do everything for women and literally dedicate their lives to providing for, protecting, and helping women. And you know what? Men do that with honor. They do it proudly because that's in their nature. I'm talking about high-value men, not a simp who starts crying if he gets rejected by a girl. But the question is, why is it that women expect everything from a man, especially when all they can do now is talk about equality and how men have oppressed them and controlled them? It's true that modern women have become too entitled. I commend you for making one of the best choices you could ever make if you are not considering dating anytime soon. More than anything else, stories about a happy wife and happy life have ruined men. There are two things you can do when reality hits you in the face. Either you deal with it or you cry about it. The latter is preferred by MGTOW males since they don't like to impose their opinions on others, let alone employ social engineering to influence women or other men. Even if a lot of people can't believe that you can make decisions that don't violate anyone's rights since they are so irrational, try as you might, you can't waste time persuading them of anything. Leave them alone and focus on surrounding yourself with positive influences. Why do I even say this at all? Because one of the greatest obstacles for contemporary males to overcome in order to achieve in the world today is social engineering. The system encourages men to be passive and placid, to pay their taxes and to accept less than they are entitled to. This explains why the body positivity movement is so popular right now. A male who has the same health problems as a woman cannot be featured on the cover of a magazine. In reality, it would be mocked. I won't say that women will accept any male if I know that their nature is hypergamy. I'm not into promoting promiscuity in any manner, even though certain modern women may be promiscuous and you can simply convince them to come to your place. I genuinely mean it when I say that the system wants you to accept less than you are entitled to, especially in the case of women. Women who don't fit certain criteria, such as having particular outer and inner beauty, certain manners, or even a certain past, are called names. However, it is praised when a woman aspires to date other men. For many years, men have been tricked into believing that women are some sort of reward just for being female. This has been highlighted more than ever before, especially in light of some philosophies that advocate for so-called women's empowerment. Men are becoming more and more tired of that, and they would rather choose an alternative road than follow unhelpful social norms. I'll talk about a few of the justifications they use to make you think that women are fantastic in all they do. Men in particular are being led to believe that women with baggage make for ideal romantic partners. Regardless of whether you identify as a man, you may have long since come to the conclusion that making excuses is unmanly and that you must put in the effort to achieve your goals. Your circumstances, history, or upbringing are irrelevant. You simply complete the task in hand. Except for your mother, the majority of women don't care about your troubles. Men must take it gradually and climb the success ladder one step at a time if they are to bear the burden of performance and output. Men who desire to excel in life rarely waste time on women, instead choosing to concentrate on their projects. In fact, many guys are so dedicated to their craft that women are no longer relevant to them, which is a very good strategy. Another belief that society accepts but does not consider is that women can obtain any entitlements they desire, even if they do not merit them or have put as much effort into earning them as men have. It's almost as if women's entitlement is systematically promoted by society, giving free license to women to expect everything to be handed over to them without having to work for it in any way. The only qualification needed for this is that the person has to be female, and all of society will completely ensure their full support. The fact that women feel entitled might be understandable from some aspects, but the fact that they feel too entitled, which means they feel entitled just because that's how it is the topic of discussion and debate here. And it is even more so because society has jumped on the woke feminist bandwagon that calls for equality in every aspect of life, and yet still continues to support women to feel entitled to everything a man does, earns, and produces is just perplexing, to say the least. I hope that women realize the hypocrisy with which they live, expecting everything to be taken care of on one hand, and then marching the streets with banners for equality on the other. One thing is for sure though, manipulation is the primary tool that modern women have and use against men. They're used to it since their teenage years and will continue to use it till their last breath. They will try to use your emotions against you in order to fulfill their own wishes, because as we all know, they feel entitled. They will try to manipulate you into buying them gifts, into being okay with them seeing other people, into moving closer to where they work, and into believing in whatever they want you to believe. There's no end to it. And it frequently succeeds with weak men. They are primarily chasing one thing, and they will put up with abuse solely for the sake of that one thing, which we all know. Thus, they fall for the manipulative tactics of women, both intentionally and unknowingly. Therefore, it is best for males to keep their distance from such women who you are aware will exploit and manipulate you to fulfill the expectations that they feel entitled to. Why do you think modern women feel entitled? Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel by pressing the bell icon for more content from Man Reacts.